Joining us now, House Ways and Means Committee member, North Carolina Congressman Greg Murphy. Congressman, you're a doctor. You must have went to a ton of school. You probably had a lot of student loans, and we're all glad you went to school, and we're glad you could take out those loans. But it doesn't sound like a lot of Americans want to pay those loans back for you. And yet the government's saying it's a top priority for them. Why?
Now, it's Kamala saying that, and it's President Biden saying that. Yeah, you know, guys, we grew up in a day when you signed on the dotted line and you said you were going to do something, it meant something. The Biden administration has pushed that to the wind. And you hear Kamala, she just said we're going to go around Congress and the courts because we know that this is unconstitutional. I think to this point, over $1 trillion. And here you have 87% of the individuals who don't have student loans paying for 13% are due, who, by the way, the majority come from upper earning income individuals. So it's not something I think America has an appetite for.
And when it comes to the Fox News poll, only 43% right now care about the repayment of student loans as their top issue. Really, grocery prices, 89% say that's their top issue. And so you think about this and you think about the Biden administration and all the promises they made that they did not follow through with, and even broke in many ways. For example, inflation and the prices that we're seeing at the store. So I come back to this student loan issue, and I think to myself, they just want to jam it through so at least they can say that they were able to do something.
Yeah, but when you add another $1 trillion to the debt, and yeah, you want to try buying young voters because, good Lord, with the October 7th massacre now, the young Democratic vote is split. So he's trying to go back and buy these things. This is what's happened with this administration, guys, plain and simple. Everything's political despite its harm to the economy, a harm to our deficit. And it's not going to have a good ending. And again, America doesn't want this. I was surprised at those numbers that you just cited. I don't know anybody who feels that they should have their loans forgiven, just written off, so some poor plumber who never went to school would have to pay them.
Well said. Congressman, I want to switch gears with you and get your take on UNC Chapel Hill removing DEI funding from next year's budget and moving it to public safety instead. What do you think?
I think it was a very courageous move, guys. And if you look at back when all this DEI stuff started, I think personally this has been the greatest peer pressure event since the Spanish Inquisition. It went through business, and they finally turned back from this. It's basically if you don't do this, then you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're not for diversity of what people have for opportunity. That's absolutely not what at all. In essence, it's truly a divisive program. We're seeing a horrible amount of this from the higher institutes of medicine. And now I'm really glad and courageous that UNC has turned the page.
Yeah, it's really scary when you're talking about things like medicine because, you know, you kind of need your doctors to be good at what they do, not sensitive to the political winds of the moment. Congressman, we got to leave it there. Thanks for being with us.